in the mouth. All right. All right. We have a case of Allison and Nikki. How old is Nikki now?
Nikki will be a year in 2 weeks.
Okay. Give me a little bit of story about Nikki, like how you got him, what his issues were.
We adopted Nikki from the North Shore Animal League, and when we first got him, he was crazy. Wild, uncontrollable, jumping everywhere, eating all the wood in the house, eating stuffed animals. He ate through 3 pairs of shoes. Very destructive, very whiny, high anxiety.
And he used to run away and bolt around the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, the minute we opened the door, out into the street, every neighbor would run out and try to corral him back, and we could not get him home. It was insane.
All right, and you actually heard about us from another client that I had, Meryl with Buddy.
I did.
And I'm glad she referred you guys because I think he's a really good dog. He turned out really nice.
He turned out great. Thank you.
He's got a great temperament. The kids are good with him, you know. And I just want to bring up, you know, I know your husband, he's a firefighter here in Long Beach.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what Mike did before he was a firefighter in Long Beach.
Mike used to work with the ASPCA.
He was the lead investigator for Nassau County.
Yes, he originally worked in the city, and then he became a lead investigator with the Nassau County ASPCA.
Right. And I know Mike had a little bit of concerns with just some of the training we did with Nikki and stuff like that, because I know he had his first job that he rescued was the Rottweiler that had the prong collar growing into his neck. And
yes.
So I know Mike was a little leery about, you know, doing the training with the dog. But I know you mentioned to me at one time that it kind of, Mike turned around and kind of seen that everything that we did and the way we did it with Nikki, he was actually very supportive of everything.
Yeah, he was very leery of the prong collar and the remote. And as time went on and he saw how Nikki progressed and how these training methods actually gave Nikki a better life because he was more structured and happy and he was able to go outside, Mike agreed that these methods actually work better than when used properly.
Right. Right, and that's a little bit of the issue, you know. I mean, we do, you know, we don't hide the fact that we do use a little force behind the training. But, like you just said, when it's done right, it does free the dog up. Mm-hmm. I mean, this was a dog that, you know, let's face it, it was probably a moment where Nikki probably would, you know, he could have gotten hit by a car. He could have, you know, you got right here, there's the Atlantic Beach Bridge, they're going to Queens, and, you know, it's a little bit of a dangerous situation with him running around. But he's a really good dog. I mean, he follows everything. You did a great job with him.
Thank you.
You know,
with your help.
But, you know, you did a very good job. You followed instructions well. Nikki turned out, you know, really good. He's a happy dog still. He plays with the kids. You guys got a great relationship, you know.
He would never sit like this.
Well, and that's the big thing about it. A lot of people don't realize. It's just you're spending time with the dog, but you're taking your time and spending it a certain way. You're actually training the dog instead of just running buck wild. And I know it's kind of hard because we deal with a lot of housewives. I know it's hard when you got the kids and you're trying to take groceries and the dog's around and you're just like, but
yeah.
It makes it easier. I know you mentioned to me before you take Nikki with you when you go pick the kids up from
everywhere.
School. And there's other dogs running around and kids and everything. And do you even use the leash for him then?
Nope. That was actually my very first test with him. Was bringing him up to the school to see how he would react towards the other kids and dogs. And with the commands, he stays by my side and he sits. And he actually loves the attention from the kids. And he listens and he's happy because he can actually go out of the house now. I open the door to get groceries out of the car, and instead of him taking off, he comes to the car with me and comes right back to the house with me, and he's happy.
Right, and that's the good thing. You use a lot of practical uses with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is your buddy. He's your best friend. Your husband works a lot. The kids are at school. Nikki hangs out with you. It's nice to be able to go out and go, oh, shit, Nikki's not running down the block. Now Nikki's like, what you got in the car?
Yeah.
You know.
He is my best friend.
Good.
Look, he knows it.
Now, did you find everything that, when I came here and showed you, how did you feel about how the program worked with the dog?
I think the program is wonderful. I've actually recommended it to a lot of people every single time I do take him out, and people say, wow, that's a great dog. He listens so well. I always go, canine control, canine control. And I really, the program is wonderful. It's a slow process, and people need to understand that in the very beginning, what might seem like a lot of repetition, that you're not really going anywhere, it's all positive reinforcement for the dog. And it is a slow process, and you know, you have to take time. These things they're like children.
Right. Well, that was going to be my point. You know, a lot of people don't realize that repetition is what we learn from.
Right.
And you got to put it in, you know. If I came here for 8 weeks, we wouldn't get the same program we got on the dog. But he turned out really good. I'm glad you're happy. You know, for the most part, it seems, you know, everyone I talk to, it seems like the program works pretty well for them. Like, you know, I'm here, I'm guiding you, I'm showing you what to do, I work through it. I'm basically, I mean, you know, with the skills I give you, Lord forbid if something happened to Nikki, you know, the next dog, you pretty much got it down.
Right.
You know how to, you know, you could know how to do it. I mean, obviously every dog's a little different temperament, but for the most part, you got it. So, and, you know, you brought up a good point that you recommended us. That was going to be my next question. If you
Absolutely, 100%.
So,
and if I did get another dog, I'd probably call you back.
yeah. Well, it's unfortunate. We did lose the little one
Yeah.
in the middle of training, but,
We did.
you know, Nikki seems to be doing a pretty good job holding that up. So, I just want to say thank you for everything.
you.
And you did a very good job. And,
you.
you know, if you ever need me, you can call me and I'll come help you out. So, thanks, Allison.
I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too. Hey, change his
Look at
position.
this tongue.
I know.
Down.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Let him hang out there for a second. Change his position again.
Nikki, sit.
Good boy.
Good boy. So handsome.
Good. Tell him okay.
Okay, come here. Good boy. Okay, come here. Good boy. Who's a good boy?
All right.
Who's a good boy? Tushy, tushy.
Let's do a little healing with him, just down to like the end of the driveway and back.
Heel.
There you go.
Nikki, sit.
Leave him there. Call him to heel.
Nikki, heel. Heel. Good boy.
Just tell him to get in the cage. Oh.
Nikki, in the cage. Good boy.
And release him.
Okay.
Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Come.